The person's name is God, by the way, the Thin Whisperer. What in the actual fuck? The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised. What's going on, fam? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with some more nuts on yo chin. Thank you so much for being here. Those of you that are brand new, smash that subscribe button for some more salty ball bag every day. And also, if you're interested in the programs, the private community, the yoga, the meditation, the nutrition, all the amazing stuff that Swolenormous X has to offer, check out swolenormousx.com. Links in the description down below. Today's topic is about the cult of thin. That is right, there is a cult and it is about being thin. Now, we talk a lot about obesity here on the channel, and I put a lot of salty ball bags on fat acceptance, body positive, all that activist bullshit. This is just as bad. I've covered anorexia on this channel, but the binging and purging is more of a common theme. People under eating and then overeating, or over exercising and then binge eating. There's a lot more of that because it's so easy to consume tons of calories, and the food that is made now and the processing of the food is made to be addictive. So that's what usually happens, is people get addicted to the foods and they can't stop eating. So it's more about obesity. More of the content that we talk about here is about obesity, but there is still a lot, and there still are a lot of people that are under eating, that are starving themselves to be a certain size for worshiping that thinner body. You might know that the modeling industry has always been on that skinny, thin thing. But now the pendulum is swinging to being fat positive, and now you're watching absolutely massively obese and unhealthy individuals get very, very famous and popular by just being fat, And now we have this pushback against science and common sense and literal evidence that those kinds of movements and the fat positive, health at every size, they're making it like it's a good thing to be fat. It's not. You don't want extra human on you. There's so much on you, you're not functional as a person. Like, you're not. You can barely fucking move. You can't tie your own shoes. Like, you're gonna have issues. And some people can still be somewhat mobile when they're obese, but it's not gonna look good when you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, okay? Everyone that's a fat positive advocate that is huge, they're in their 30s. They're young. They look much older than they are, but they're not. Like, this is not gonna end well. That is a setup for this cult of thin nonsense. Check out this page. Whether it's a troll account or not, there's serious responses to this. Trolling in this sense is not good. You have people believing this. Even if it's kind of meant to be a joke, it's a real fucking page and has a real following. So look at this. The person's name is God, by the way, the Thin Whisperer. What in the actual fuck? Thinliness is next to godliness. Dieting tips triggering? Unfollow. 18 plus only. And that's this weird, like, fetish aspect of like 18 plus. So it's the sexualizing of being emaciated. Just like when people are getting attracted to fat ankles. It's like the extreme, the opposite direction. God, this shit is so fucking gross. Cult leader extraordinaire. As far as I know, if you're running a cult, you probably shouldn't call it a cult. Doesn't seem like something you want to give away. You know, make it that obvious. Like, hey, I'm a cult leader. Come hang out with me. Not a doctor. I am a god. The true Jeebus. Okay, Jeebus. Where's Cletus? Jeebus. Daddy Dom. And then Linktree, of course. So, what? Weird as fuck. Then you got some more posts. Let's go through a couple of these. This one looks like it's from 1974 or 1978 or something like that. And check out this caption. Kneel, pray, stay hungry until you are a tiny, perfect little angel that warrants their spot in the upper echelon of the cult of thin. Stop looking to the heavens when the God you seek walks amongst you, creating discipline, humility, and service at the altar of beauty. What the fuck? Who believes this shit? The scary part really kicks in when you look at the stories and you see that there are actually responses to these stories, these questions that people are asking. This is really horrifying. I'm 5'6" and 115 pounds. How much should I lose? 12, 5'6" at 103 fucking pounds, you are emaciated. That's like a middle schooler. Holy shit. That's disgustingly thin. That's dangerously thin. Dangerously thin. What is a perfect weight for a 5'1" female? I'm currently 135 and I want a goal weight. I like 87-ish, then doing it by look. You mean taking it down to a skeleton? That's what 87-ish is. You're taking it down to a fucking skeleton. What in the actual fuck? How is this allowed on Instagram? And I'm doing a lot of like stuff with my hands, but this algorithm sucks. If it's not picking up on this, whether the account is private or not, this should not be able to be posted. Even if the person that's creating this account, we don't want to believe that this is real. We want to look at this and think, okay, this is a troll account, but it's still doing damage. There are people that are believing this is real, got a few thousand followers. You know people fucking think this is real. You know it's not all bots. You know some people are into this fucking shit. 18 plus? What does that have to do with starving yourself to death? What is being 18 plus? It's this fucking weird fetish. It's the opposite of that feederism shit. It's starvism. It's the cult of thin. I've been fasting for 4 days now and I'm on day 5. And I've lost 8 pounds so far. If I continue fasting for another 5 days, that's fucking 10 goddamn days. 4 days, I'm on day 5 now, continue fasting for another 5, that's 10 fucking days. How much weight could I lose? I was 181, now I'm 173. The answer is it'll be slower now, but around half a pound a day or just over, 3-ish. Yo, when we talk about healthy weight loss, we talk about 1 to 2 pounds of fat per week, not half a pound of weight a day. And you're starving yourself, you're losing muscle mass, you're wasting away bone density. Fucking Christ! Instagram, save us from this shit. Bro, I am such a fan of freedom of speech, but how the fuck does this not get flagged? How the fuck does it not get flagged? These were sent to me, I believe it's a private account, but what the fuck? Last one. What are the weights you would consider a 5'6" girl to be fat, chubby, thick, slim thick? What the fuck is a slim thick? And thin? A weight range for each of those: 165, 143, 131, 118, and 102. So at 5'6", you are fat at 165. Maybe a little bit over if you don't have a lot of muscle tone, sure. 143, you're thick at 143. That could be a healthy weight for someone who trains and lifts, right? 5'6". It's hard, I'm trying to like conceptualize that. I mean, it depends on the distribution. Like you could be muscular and lean and a great weight at 143, I think, right? Just drop a comment down below. It was off the top of my head, this is 131, thin, 102. Yo, this is so fucking, yeah, you wouldn't be thin, you would be emaciated and like steps from death's doorstep. You would be on death's doorstep at 102 if you were 5'6". We're talking a rail. We're talking like a concentration camp, skin and fucking bones. This is such dangerous shit. The reason why I wanted to cover this is because it's real. It's real out there. There's both the obesity shit, but there's also the thin is beautiful, and being very, very thin is beautiful. It's just not getting as much attention. Right now, the pendulum has swung to the obesity direction. But there are still people that suffer from anorexia. There's still people that suffer from this underweight mentality, that this is healthy, that this is something to aim for. And when you have a lot of people in this country that have mental disorder, that are psychologically fucked from being locked inside, from being depressed, from not having good community, from eating crappy food, from being like I fucked with social media nonstop, they're susceptible. A lot of people, there are 400 million people in the United States. I mean, just think about the world, like 7 billion, right? But in the United States alone, think of how many of those millions of people, 400 million people, that could be susceptible to this. Even if it's a fraction of a percent, that's still tens of thousands of people, whatever it is. This is a real fucking thing, and that is so fucking scary. This is some messed up shit. But I want to know your thoughts, fam. Drop a comment down below. If you have dealt with this from a personal point of view, have you dealt with anyone in your family, in your inner circle, that struggles with not eating enough? Like, have you ever heard of these types of organizations or cults, as it were, that worship being underweight? I mean, we talk about feederism, that's like an extreme. This is obviously the other extreme, but what's your experience with the less talked about side of eating disorders? We don't really talk about it as much because it doesn't get as much popularity in the media now. Now it's about bigger, 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 but being underweight is also extremely, extremely dangerous. and I want to know your thoughts. So drop it down below, and thank you so much for joining. Remember, if you want to learn more about the greatest fitness fam in the fucking realm, check out the links in the description for swolenormousx.com. We got full programs, a full yoga studio, tons and tons, hundreds of yoga classes and meditation sessions. We have the entire kitchen with a recipe archive, the elimination diet, actually approaching your health, fitness, community, overall wellness from the right vantage point, from the right starting line, from the right direction, from the right foundation. We build up your overall quality of life from the ground up. And it's really important to address the issues that go beyond just nutrition and training. So if you want to learn more, check out swolenormousx.com and make sure you subscribe for more salty ball bags on yo chin every single day. I hope you enjoyed this NOC session, and I'll see you next time for some more nuts on yo chin. Peace the fuck out.
We stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a running crown. You are the king of apology. You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know. We